Good morning, St. Louis. Welcome back to another episode of Who's Talk Mobile, where conversations get deep and intellectual. I'm your host, Artemis Caldwell, founder and CEO of Who Is Incorporated, and always join with me. A pleasure as always, my co-host, Gabe Coach.
Man, what's up, man? It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Brother. Avi, you dearly miss. We gonna link up and catch you on the next one.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please show our girl some love. She out there doing her thing, man. So this episode, bro, I like that it's just us. I want to dive into it just to pick your brain and everybody who listening, the idea of a man. So if you can, let me ask you this to start the conversation off. What is a man to you? And we gonna dive into it.
Man, a man to me, in my idea, is just the embodiment of masculine energy, basically. And that involves a bunch of different things. It involves discipline, structure. It involves, you know how it is, like, when, how can I say, you got a father in the house, and a lot of men, they run their house by certain rules. You can do this, you can't do this. You got rules and guidelines that you got to follow. And that's what I believe, like, the embodiment of a man is he runs and is over his own kingdom.
Okay, I feel that. Let me say this. It's funny that you say kingdom. I believe I was talking to one of my friends. They was talking about the two phases of a man. In his younger years, he's considered a warrior.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then in the begin that 35 transition year, he started to become a king. That's when he started like laying back. Now you have more things. Now you are more so able to provide. You see what I'm saying? Versus going out to go get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's interesting that you say like that's what a man is. So and then to hear your definition of masculine energy. So then let me ask you this, because I know you are for the people. What's a black man?
My idea of a black man is, a black man whose heritage is rooted in America in the past 500 years, past few centuries. You gotta be strong because just of what's up against you, if you want to succeed in life, because we're already in a position where we're set back and we're continuously being attacked on different areas of our lives, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, in education, and a whole bunch of different aspects of daily activities. So it's like, as a black man, you gotta be strong, and you gotta have purpose. You gotta live your life with a purpose of something positive, giving back or building or helping someone else obtain a better life, or whatever helping someone else may be. But you got to provide service to the world. You gotta,
and that's still a black man.
Still a black man. Or I'm talking to black men, but people in general. Mainly right now, we're gearing this towards black men. We gotta have. It's especially important for us to live our life in giving service to our people. We have to create ways to build and better our community as black men.
You talk a lot about strength and having to have that, and when dealing with a man. Now, what I've came across just in my studies of what a man is masculine energy, as you were saying, and I define masculine energy as power, with little desire toward consequence and responsibility. You see what I'm saying? Like, and when I say that, it's naturally, I would say naturally when a man gets angry or out of character, he more so blow up. It's more so like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Versus when a woman would get mad, it's more tactical. You see what I'm saying? It's more, oh, I know exactly what's gonna hurt you. Versus the dude just gonna do whatever. You see what I'm saying? And so when I'm taking this away from Martin Luther King and also Malcolm X, because Malcolm X was solely trying to put manhood back into the community. You see what I'm saying? And Martin Luther King was trying to give that structure with his layout of the beloved community, and the three things that we face was racism, poverty, and militarism. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just like, well, if we don't know how to, if we don't know how to instill manhood within ourselves, and then by saying instill, first define it, have these conversations and talk about it, not to say it's a lost cause, but it's just like we have a lot of people playing men and not really have men out there. You feel?
Right. I think it's because being an actual man, like the image of that is being attacked. You know what I'm saying? And like embodying and just embodying masculine energy, especially for black men, is like, how can I put it? People kind of, shun upon it. It's not the thing to do. It's not cool to do.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, having responsibilities and understanding consequences and things like that. That's not the cool thing to do nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is more so today, and just go after what's hot, go after what's popular, and just thinking about the short term or what you'll gain in the short term. But you gotta think, if you're gonna have responsibility and you're gonna take in consequences, you gotta think long term. You gotta think, okay, how is this going to affect me and others going forward? Not just today, but tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? How will this affect me tomorrow? How will what I'm doing right now affect, my future family, or, my current family, my brothers, my sisters, mother, and my fathers now.
Right.
So men nowadays, is not really that popular to think like that. That's just the culture that's portrayed to us, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It gives us the idea that it's unpopular.
When really everybody want to have these conversations, they just don't know how.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, everybody, this is why Who Is Incorporated is a non-profit organization dedicated to understanding identity and unity within the community because of conversations like this. Gabe Coach, founder and CEO of Flip St. Louis Real Estate. We continuing conversation with the idea of a man is power, and the idea of a woman is love. Love is identified, and I would say love is defined to be, again, I'm using Martin Luther King, love is sensitivity and charismatic. You see what I'm saying? And it's versus power is lack of responsibility and consequence. Not to say lack of. I wish I could know exactly what he said, but please, everybody, I'm chopping it. I'm gonna get to it, but they need each other. It's like we live in a world where people you could have power but no love, or love but no power, when really they're like two of a coin. You see what I'm saying? Where Martin Luther King was like, power with no love is recklessness, and love with no power is I want to say passive.
So I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Do you think love is a masculine energy or a feminine energy?
Love is most definitely a feminine energy.
Now, I kind of want to say I can see where you're coming from with it, but I want to disagree with you at the same time.
Okay.
Because just from what I've learned about women in my young years is women want love from a man, right? But we desire power.
From a woman?
Not necessarily from a woman, but we kind of desire power over a woman, not in like a bad way, but it's like, your ego when you tell a girl to do something, you want her to do it, and it's something like that. That's something that we just as men naturally to desire, but in exchange for that, you give her love and she gives you
the sense of power that you want.
Basically,
Yeah.
she gives you that sense of power that
right.
you want.
Okay. Now we're on the same page. But before I'll say this. Love, at first I said it was a feminine energy, but also can be a neutral energy. And when I say that, because men can display unconditional love and women can display conditional love. And when I say that, the condition is the pregnancy, the pregnancy condition that they go through. You see what I'm saying? Where you're like physically bonded with the baby, and where the man is outside of that condition, he cannot do that. You see what I'm saying? So he can display unconditional love. Does that make sense? And this is why that is so wanting or desired, because it's something over that. If I can still love you without this condition being involved, I just love you for you, then now we can start getting somewhere. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's so when we say love, like it's more so like feminine, neutral, but not masculine. Because masculine is soul power. Power, just like if I was to put a box, like put a ball in a box, this would be do. That's masculine energy.
But do you think that power can be rooted out of love?
Explain.
So like every person who gained wealth from the bottom, every man, for example, they probably didn't necessarily they had to have something that was motivating them. They had to have something that they loved, or maybe loved about what they were doing, loved about some aspect that they felt that they were getting from, doing what they did.
Okay.
And in that avenue they gained power because of the love of something that they had. Like, for example, Bill Gates loved computers.
Yeah.
And he gained power and wealth as from that foundation, from his love for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I would still say that's a feminine energy, because you're giving yourself to that. I'm taking as a man. I take. You see what I'm saying? That's why I keep going to I want to keep on saying excuse me, as oh man, but it's a man takes and then the woman gives away. That makes sense?
Yeah, in a way, but in a way you still do give something.
Yeah, most definitely.
As a man, actually you do give something. You give something that's very vital to your life, just on a natural level. You give something that's vital to your natural life to a woman. That's your sperm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You give that. She gives you her body in exchange for your seed. So I think it's like on a nature level, it's like a.
See, but look,
it's like a give take. In the
beginning,
you know
then
what I'm
say you need power and love. It's like two coins, like the side of two coins. Yeah, bro. And that's where I wanted to discuss this idea, because I don't want people to like, just because you're a man doesn't mean you can't be sensitive. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
if you're not sensitive, you're reckless, because now you lack empathy. You see what I'm saying? You can't now empathy and sympathy. Excuse me. Because now you don't understand someone who you can't sympathize with someone on the emotional level. You see what I'm saying?
You can't understand or just feel what somebody's going through.
Yeah. You just like, yeah.
And in this society, that's very vital.
Yeah. And that actually helps with the third ruling of personal development and character building. You know, all within who is incorporated. And it's like, these are the teachings that like we come across and learn and want to teach, you know. And it's because, again, we have no leaders. You know, we have no one sitting down having these conversations and putting it out there.
We don't necessarily need leaders.
No.
We need a cultural structure, a cultural code that we abide by, that we do not defer from. We don't need any person that we consider a leader. They have to abide by that code, and that's held up by the people.
Okay. And now let me say this. What would you call those people who came together and wrote that document or composed that structure?
They're a group. They're a leading group who came up with the idea and said that, okay, this is how we're going to do things. Yeah, I say it takes that. But it doesn't necessarily just takes one sole person to be a leader.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's actually better off with a group, because if you take one person out, you still have a myriad of other people. You know what I'm saying? Who are contributing to the organization, contributing to the culture, whatever.
Most definitely.
Whatever you call it.
So and that was and how all this tie into manhood is just being a man, because what we're talking about is manhood for real. Well, you know what? Let's ask, what's your definition of manhood?
I would say my definition of manhood is focus and discipline.
Focus and discipline.
Yeah, I would say it's focus and discipline.
Okay. I would say manhood for me is still going through it, but a period of time where we transition from boys to men in maturity and behavior. Just on the tip of, and when I say that'd be on the tip of knowing yourself. When I say knowing yourself, that's knowing who you are, what you stand for, goals, morals, dreams, what makes you, and then that would be your passion and your desire. And through your manhood, that phase, boom, until you get to your elder, you know what I mean, or after that. But that's how
You would say it's some phases.
Yeah. Of a man's life. You got his adult years, you got kids, adults, well, teens, you know.
But throughout that, you have to have focus and discipline. You have to have focus and discipline to build it. You have to have focus and discipline to maintain it. You also have to have focus and discipline to pass it on. Yeah.
See, and look, that all fall into that first part, knowing yourself. So that's why I say, like, manhood is just all that. You just chopped it, kept it short and sweet. Yeah. But yeah, bro. Most definitely. Each one teach one.
Yep.
Hey, man, good episode, bro.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
Hey,
it's a good one for y'all.
Yeah, that was real good, brother. As always, man. I'm Artemis Caldwell, founder and CEO of Who Is Incorporated, man. What we are doesn't define us. Our circumstances are not our choice. We all need help. Change won't come unless we help each other the right way. Every day someone is born with their eyes closed, and I believe together we can change that. And when the world asks who, what would you say? Ladies and gentlemen, to my left, It's Gabe, coach, founder, and CEO of Flip St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, you great, bro. I really appreciate this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.